On our way to save the day. I must tell you something that's really quite simple. Listen to my words over this instrumental. Enjoy the songs and enjoy all the rhymes. But always be aware that your life is on the line, cause it can end quickly with no type of warning. Just like Desert Storm led by Storm and Norman. Your good deeds and bad deeds has been wrote. So don't play yourself, cause life ain't no joke. Live your life right to the fullest extent. If you do something wrong, then try to repent. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. You say God ain't real, but he was when you wasn't. What up to all my people out there making ends? What up to all my boys who became men? Let's try to make amends with our sisters, cause we need them just like they need a mister. You think they're no good? I say you're wrong. A good woman can make your kids strong. You do right by her and she'll keep you warm. Look out for your needs from sunset to dawn. And now you belong with us, the elite crew who be down with the boycott fleet. I don't know if I'll live till next week, but I pray my Lord my soul he will keep. And once again, the true veteran is back on the house like a husband, loving his wife and treating her right. Make sure that you protect her life to the highest degree. You know I believe it's me, the one and only ABUNAS is the best. Represent and give vets with my strength. Oh. Welcome everybody to another episode of The High Ground. I am your host, the Baron of Cloud City himself, the one and only and not from Sony, never a phony or a punk ass macaroni, Abu Nas. We got a great show for you today, folks. But I'm here to keep it real on every conceivable level. Lots of Star Wars news, but then again, some of it ain't really news. It's just what I like to call trying to get slick and repackage the brand. But you know, excuse me, I should have seen this coming. In a way, we should have expected this. Now, as of now, episode 9 has begun filming. J.J. Abrams is back at the helm. And by God, he's going to do everything and anything in his power to win back your heart. Your heart that was totally ripped out, squeezed until there's nothing left, thrown to the ground and had it dug in by Rian Johnson. Without no care, no fear, and no thought of any type of retribution. Why? Because he was protected by the prince or princess from upon high. But the one and only from Mount Olympus, Bob Iger, shut that shit down. And now he pretty much told JJ, my dude, this is your last chance. We gotta come away with a win. Solo bombed at the box office. The bullshit behind The Last Jedi, you already know. So I'm looking at videos, I'm reading articles, and I said to myself, it seemed like from the last article I read on Screen Rant, and SC Reviews actually touched on it too, that for whatever reason, when JJ started filming, he pretty much said, under no circumstances, that his views and everything didn't change. Even though I know he knew the bullshit that happened behind The Last Jedi. He knows. He probably watched videos. He probably read articles. He probably checked out a couple of us on YouTube. He probably did. On the low. So he knows what the fuck is going on. I'm not going to say that because even though he's ignorant in some ways, I'm not going to play you like you're stupid, JJ. You can't be that ignorant and got your head down in the sand that far just not to know exactly the pulse of the fandom here. Okay? We got burned hard with The Last Jedi. We took that shit out on Solo. So now, what's going to happen is that everything that we're looking at from this point on, we're looking at it with a clear mind. We're not wowed by the Star Wars brand anymore. You killed that shit. The Star Wars brand itself, we just looking at it like it's another movie property. That's how bad this shit is. We actually looking at Star Wars as just a regular property. Nothing that can wow us or amaze us or bring us back to our childhood anymore. You fucked us over behind that. Thanks, Ryan. So now, JJ, you got the biggest and the most and the tallest task ahead of you. But what do? You bring back Billy D. And what did I say in my last video? The time that you should have brought Billy D back was in episode 7. So he could be chilling with the big three that will make the Fantastic Four. No, you didn't think about that. Why? Because y'all thought y'all was going to roll in dough. And then when the dough did come, well, y'all wasn't thinking about no Billy D. Billy D was the furthest thing from your mind. Because y'all made money. Y'all had the Porgs. No, you ain't had the Porgs yet. You had BB-8. You had the Millennium Falcon. You had Han. Starkiller Base. Kylo Ren, Supreme Leader. You had them all. And you had a plan. Then you brought Mary Sue Ray. I mean, you couldn't go wrong. Billy D? Why would we need him? Then after The Last Jedi fucked everything up. And then Solo just said... You had no other recourse. Because everybody's dead. Han got shot down the shaft. Luke just faded away. And Leia, she's flying higher in the sky than Superman. So what do? You got nobody else but Billy D. We might as well bring him back. But then you said, let me up the ante. Now they got the whole cast all figured out. And guess what? Lo and behold, Mark Hamill and Carrie Fisher is back. Why am I not surprised? Why? I mean, you brought Billy D back, and you got me. I would have went the CGI route. You know, really make a fleshed out in the story and really get in on the action. But JJ, you know, said in the article, Carrie was such a dear, and we couldn't think about finishing this trilogy without her, and da-da-da-da-da. So, we're gonna use unused footage. We would never use CGI. But listen, my dude, you did the CGI we're talking. You cleared it with the family. You did good with that. You know what I'm saying? It's not like you're overdoing it, like you go in every movie and you're bringing everybody on the CGI route. This takes me, for myself personally, I thought that the CGI route would have took precedence. You know, because I want to see Leia do things instead of just sitting there, giving a few lines, and then that's it. Because that's pretty much all she did in The Last Jedi. She took a fucking nap throughout the whole movie. After the Leia Poppins thing, that's all she did. She didn't do nothing else. Except be at the end of comfort Rey, and, you know, what comfort does Rey need? That bitch is a superhero on steroids. She's good. She can move billions of rocks just with a thought. No training whatsoever, but just with a thought. So, besides all of that, I mean, come on. I want Leia to do something in the film. I want her to be a big part. Because originally, before she passed away, God rest her beautiful soul, she was supposed to have a big part in episode 9. Colin Trevorrow, who's my hero, by the way, he's the director Star Wars needed. He's the director we needed, but the one we didn't deserve. He had the plan. He had the plan mapped out. He was going to use Luke and Leia to the fullest effect. I can only imagine how his script was, because Mark Hamill was on board with Colin Trevorrow's script from the jump. And he was ready to rock. But you know Colin, he saw the bullshit KK and the boys was doing. He was like, yo, bitch, whoa, slow your roll, honey. Slow your roll. I ain't with that dumb shit, Ryan Johnson. What is this, Porgs? The fuck is this? The sucking titties? What What kind of madness is this? This ain't Star Wars. Have you had feedback from the fans? What? No, we're not thinking about the fans. We're thinking about the story. That's what I told Mark Hamill. We're not going to think about the fans. We're going to think... All right, I'm out. Fuck all y'all. Colin, you can't leave. No, I'm leaving. You're not going to... I'm not putting my name behind this bullshit. So what do you have Luke do, Ryan? We're in the meeting. Now, they're all in the meeting. What are you doing, Ryan? What's Luke doing in the movie? Well, he's fishing and he's milking an alien sea cow, and he's drinking the milk from it. That's all he's doing? Yeah, what else would I have him do? I don't know, train that bitch Super Ray or do something. So what's she there for? She's learning about the Force. Really? How? Well, he's teaching her 3 lessons. 3 lessons. Ryan, I saw the first cut of your movie. All she did was touch the ground, rocks flew up, and that was pretty much it. And everything else she did on her own. What 3 lessons? What did she actually learn? Did she learn lightsaber techniques? Did she learn... She was swinging the lightsaber. That's good enough. Oh my fucking God, I'm gonna smack the shit out of you. I'm out. And Colin left. Because what he saw was a train wreck waiting to happen. Mark Hamill too. Now don't buy into no type of hype. Oh, yep. Don't buy into the hype. You want to know why? Because John Campea, master of the shills, he made a video. I know, I wasn't going to watch it, but then I said I need to see what this ass muncher would say. And boy, oh boy, did that punk ass, sucker ass, shill ass bastard didn't disappoint. He said, I wanted to recast Leia. But since JJ is going to use the unused footage, I'm happy. I'm very happy. Now, what are they going to do? I mean, he's just, oh my God, he's such a flip-flopper. Because in my head, I'm sitting up there like, you wanted to recast Leia. We already know, all the fans knew from the jump, there is no recasting that woman. That's a disaster waiting to happen. They tried to get Meryl Streep to do that shit. They was like, put the brakes. Meryl Streep won Oscars and this, that, whatever. I don't care, give a damn if she won the Intergalactic Awards. It doesn't matter. You cannot replace that woman. You're going to have somebody other than Carrie Fisher play Princess Leia, and you think we supposed to be invested in that? That's not going to happen. No, but according to Campea, you know, with his hundreds of followers, mindless sheet, somebody should have had a sense in their heads like, yo, Campea, are you serious? You really wanted her to be recast? But, you know, now that JJ said that he ain't doing it, he's still all aboard because, he likes to, he loved The Last Jedi. He liked the way and the direction that it was going. But since JJ's bringing Mark Hamill and Carrie Fisher, he's on board with it too. Now, it took me a minute to think about this. I said, okay. And I know what JJ said because I know the interviews that he gave when Rian Johnson wrote the script and he was finishing up filming Force Awakens. And they asked him, did you happen to see Rian Johnson's script? And he said, I'll never forget it. I quote, yes, I've seen the script. Oh my God, it's brilliant. I wish I was directing it. He knew what the script was. He knew what it was. I mean, when it was spinning in my head, I said to myself, but you've seen it. So all the shit about you having some fucking outline for all 3 films, that you knew where you wanted to go. You saw his script. Because somebody's lying. Somebody's lying. But I know JJ gave that interview. I don't know where it came from because I forgot about it. But like I said, I either read it. Yeah, I read it. And he said he saw the script and he thought it was brilliant. And he said he wished he was directing it. So in my head, you knew the bullshit that he put down. The titties. You saw all of that. So now all of a sudden, when Rian Johnson did this whole bullshit, have Luke force Skype, stay on the island, had the heart attack, and faded away. Wasn't even thinking about nothing else. He had Superwoman Ray. He good. Our hero went through a whole bunch of shit. Saved his father. Saved the galaxy. Rebuilt the Jedi Order. That was his whole purpose. To rebuild the Jedi Order. He had the training academy. He had to have some supreme knowledge and wisdom and power. So all of that we would say, and when I'll never get over this point, you mean to say after all of 30 years, he would just have this one moment of weakness that he was going to kill his nephew just right off the top? I'm never going to buy that shit. Whoever thinks that way is is an idiot. The more I think about it, you can't convince me. And bad enough, y'all trying to convince yourself that that was the right path he had to go. Fuck out of here. So no. JJ, if you saw it, that means you was in on it. And if you was in on it, because if everybody liked that path, which I thank God that we, the smart people like myself, we saw the bullshit for what it was. So nobody went for it. Only the little pockets of fair weather fans, bandwagon jumpers, and Raylo shippers that love this dumb shit. And the people that call themselves long-time Star Wars hardcore fan base that was here since 77, like myself. They're gonna say, oh, it would need a change, and then you ain't no fucking fan. You ain't no fan. I don't give a fuck who you are. You ain't no fan. You don't read the books. You don't study the law. You don't do none of that. Because nothing will come out your motherfucking mouth talking about Luke was good, being on that island, sucking titties, sucking it, squeezing it, you know, being with space nuns, fishing, don't teach race shit, do force Skype, and then fade away. That's exactly everything that Luke Skywalker did in that movie from the start to the finish. And y'all supposed to be okay with that. All right. Because when y'all first went and saw The Last Jedi, you already knew you was going to see your hero with a lightsaber kicking ass, this, that, whatever. Yeah, it shocked the fuck out of you. You seeing him, girl, you shocked the shit out of you. But in your brain, you tried to justify that shit. All right, but fast forward over to the dumbass JJ. Then you made that comment about threatened by women and sexist and, oh, you know what? I said it back in February. You already dead to me with episode 9. Because you're going on that premise that no matter what you do, you're going to prop Finn, Rey, Poe, and that dumbass Rose Tico. So anything that you do, you're going to put them first. Because you damn sure ain't going to put Mark Hamill and Carrie Fisher first. You can't even put Carrie Fisher anywhere. You're just going to reuse little scenes, bits and pieces, and you're going to stick them on there. Now, whatever narrative you're trying to spin, that's going to make us feel like we're supposed to be invested at this point after 2 failed movies. That our heart is going to go out to Carrie Fisher. Anyway, it is. But we're not going to feel nothing for that story. The smart people will know it for what it is. If you're using bits and pieces of film, you can only place it but so much in so many places. And then you can't use it no more. Mark Hamill? I wonder why you're bringing him back, JJ. You know, because you were supposed to, you know, say Rian Johnson's direction was brilliant. So if you're bringing back Mark Hamill, you're trying to do either one or two things. Because Bob Iger probably told you, bring everybody back. We got to get some money behind this. Because if we don't, we only maybe like, yeah, Force Awakens, Rogue One, Last Jedi, Solo, and now Episode 9. You're only 5 movies in, and the IP is almost dead. So, you gotta bring everybody in. You do. But bringing Mark Hamill and not trying to make the correlation to a friend of mine the other night. I said, dude, if you was on board with the second director's vision and filmed it. You looked at the movie. You probably saw it at the premiere. Obviously, you're going to keep your mouth shut or whatever, what have you. Now, if it was universally loved by everybody, would you have brought Luke Skywalker back in, JJ? I don't think so. You would have continued on the wave of universal praise by critics and fans alike. And you would have wrote your script based off that. Even though you had an outline of all three films. But in my head, I knew none of y'all really had a plan in the first place. Because if you did, you wouldn't even go through half the route that you did with Force Awakens. I mean, even JJ admitted that he fucked up big time when, at the end of the movie, when, you know, superhero Rey flying the Millennium Falcon back to the base and everybody coming out to meet them, Chewbacca was right next to Rey. Or was walking past Rey a little bit. Princess Leia walked right past Chewbacca like he didn't even fucking exist and went and hugged Rey. I had to do a double take and saw this shit. I said, what the fuck? She don't hardly know this chick from a can of paint. Chewbacca, they've been through everything together. Chewbacca was the first person she should have hugged. And fans got on him hardcore behind that. And even he had to admit, oh yeah, I made a big mistake. Big mistake? The biggest. As I said, I thought The Force Awakens was somewhat entertaining, but I'm not really feeling it like that anymore. Because upon repeated viewings, I'm seeing, besides, you know, the blatant rip-off of episode 4, I've seen all the shit that was wrong with it that carried right over to The Last Jedi. Not a creative thought in your body. You made this woman Superwoman. Kylo Ren tortured her and the whole bit. Force Awakens, now she going toe-to-toe, lightsaber skills and all that. I saw the writing on the wall. But I was hoping that Rian Johnson, like an idiot, hoping that Rian Johnson would come in and save the day and bring it back. Same shit, different person. So now we here. Third movie, episode 9. You wrapping this up. So what are we supposed to be excited about? Exactly. Luke Skywalker coming as a Force ghost is a cop-out. For what reason would you want to bring him back just to be a Force ghost? Force ghost is not fighting. Force ghost is not doing lightsaber battles, fighting Knights of Ren. Now, if you give me a flashback of him fighting the Knights of Ren, you know what that's going to tell me? Everything that happened in The Last Jedi is fucking bullshit. Because you can't have Luke Skywalker be the badass that he is and not have him in The Last Jedi come out and do the same thing. Having moments of doubt is fine. Moment of crisis is cool. Character development, I can deal with that. But don't have him fucking wallow in this misery the whole goddamn film. And then you do that bullshit for Skype and then fade away. Have him go out like a G. Now, if you resurrect him somehow, then you basically admitting that The Last Jedi was fucking trash. You basically admitting that. And basically, when you're doing that, that told me that the only reason you brought Luke back was to pander to us. Because you knew we wanted to see our hero get down in episode 8. And the way that shit happened killed everything. Killed our love, our want to see anything Star Wars related from any of you clowns. We were sitting up here, even the people that, you know, was happy that George Lucas sold the franchise to Disney, now changed their tune. They like, I don't even know what the fuck I was thinking. I want the maker back. I want him back. You want to know why? Because none of these people at Lucasfilm got any type of common sense or skill or even the knowledge in order to run the studio. From the top to the bottom. But obviously, they got a Deep Six Kennedy somehow. So they're going to give her a little producer credit on the movie. Of course, you got to do that. Got to have appearances. You know, because you're kicking out a woman in authority. So that's going to pander to the, you know, the SJW, Social Justice Warriors. And then they're going to get all upset. And they're going to feel like it's a conspiracy. They don't give a fuck about your feelings. She's incompetent. Doesn't matter if she's a woman or a man. She's incompetent. If she was a man and she was doing all of that, then we say he's incompetent. He needs to go. Doesn't really matter what gender you are. If you're stupid and you don't know how to run a studio and you don't know the law and you don't know Star Wars and then you lied to George Lucas's face, you know what has to happen? You have to get the fuck up out of there. By hook or by crook. So I'm not hearing anything about nothing. You gotta let him go. So that's it. So in my head, that's what needs to happen. So JJ, you started episode 9. You got the little tweet up there, and you thanked Rian Johnson. You thanked Rian Johnson. Really? That's like a slap in the face to all of us. How are you gonna... Dude, you should have been concentrating on the film. Fuck Rian Johnson. He's the reason why all of this shit has gone downhill. And you sitting up here thanking him? You know what that tells me? That tells me both of y'all, either you taking it up the ass behind Ryan, or you doing it to Ryan. One of you dudes is basically, y'all on each other like white on rice. So anything you say to me now, I already know you're going to follow the status quo. I already know that. And it pisses me off because now I can pretty much follow how that path is gonna flow. You're going to try to retcon what little that you can to justify Ray being, Bionic Captain Marvel XYZ Panther on steroids. And you're going to try to give Finn a little something to do because, he was chasing chicks, last 2 films. So you want to give him an arc. An arc that's going to span 1 movie. So, yeah, congratulations. Because you wasted him in the other 2 movies. This movie cannot be saved. Now, I'm hoping, from Stephanie and her video, that JJ was lobbying to make it a 2-part 2 film. I said, all right. In that respect, maybe it can work. Because you got to retcon The Last Jedi. There's no other way around it. If you do not retcon that movie, the sequel trilogy is garbage. It's dead. You cannot fix this whole 2-movie failure with 1 movie. There's no way to do it. You keep, oh God, you just keep giving yourself excuses like you think it's going to work. It's not. I'm standing by my belief. And hell no, I'm not paying to go see that shit. You already know. I got other avenues to see that movie. and think, if it's that good, then yeah, I would have still saved my money. But the only way I'm basically going to roll with Lucasfilm now is that George Lucas has some way to be in control of something. That's my feeling. And the rumor that they got George Lucas back and whatever, I'm not surprised. I'm really not, because damn near y'all basically killed the IP anyway. You don't know who else got the law and the knowledge and the ability to draw the fans. George Lucas being there alone calling the shots would bring back the fans. Corny writing, bad dialogue, Misa back, and all. He would have had us coming in droves. Why? Because it's corny and bad dialogue and he's simple in his directing and writing and this, that, whatever. He still makes Star Wars look and feel like Star Wars. We don't even get that in the first 2 films. We don't. Does anybody talk about R2-D2 anymore? Exactly. But now you got Mark Hamill, Carrie Fisher, Billy D. Williams, Anthony Daniels. But that's it. Everybody else is not here. But you got Poe, Finn, Ray, Rose Tico, Bottom Bitch Hux, Kylo, Bad Boy Kylo. You got everybody there. So that's it. So you put them all in a pot, stir it, put it on the bowl. You just hope that shit is delicious. But we'll see. Because the first trailer is really going to be the tone maker. No, I'm not going to their celebration next year, whatever. Fuck all that. I'm gonna be getting ready for Game of Thrones episode 8. The final season. So I ain't gonna be... I'm watching a real show with real stories and real characters that I can invest in. I can't invest in fake Star Wars. I can't invest in fake Lucasfilm. I can't invest in none of these assholes. Fuck them. I know, it's kind of harsh, but you know what type of shit I'm on. Fuck JJ. The things that you said that got me hyped up back in March, I haven't changed my tune then. I ain't changed it now. I stay real to this, man. You know? I don't play around, I don't fuck around. I tell it like it is. You know? So with that being said, guys, we'll wait and see. The ball has started. The ball's rolling. So we'll see what you do, JJ. When's the trailer come out? Because the leaks is already going to drop. And we're going to get it. And we're going to look at it. We're going to make videos. Guys, stay on your grind. Do not take your eye off the ball. I know they dropped Clone Wars. Everybody happy and this, that, whatever. But the timing of it, you're not catching me sleeping, Disney. You're not catching me sleeping. Sorry. So, no. Because the Clone Wars could be a mismatch of more social justice bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's not staying true to Lucas' vision. Nobody. So, if George Lucas is back, there may be a slight bit of hope. But I'm still not taking my eye off the ball. Because depending on you listening to Lucas's vision and you listening to what the maker has to say and follow on the things that he's suggesting that you do to get the fans back because he knows. Depending on all of that, maybe. But then again, nah. Because none of these assholes is fooling me. I already know what the deal is. Pandering, pandering, pandering. Because if The Last Jedi was so universally, The Last Jedi, so universally praised from fans and critics alike, we wouldn't have no Luke Skywalker. They would have rode out Carrie Fisher's thing and just concentrated on the people that mattered. The diversity hires. Anyway, everybody, thank you for joining me. 32 minutes. Oh, my God. I'm losing my goddamn mind. Anyway, sorry. I guess I wasn't as entertaining as I could have been. But at the very least, thank you for chilling with me. Much love to all the old subscribers. And welcome to all the new subscribers that came through. Hopefully you liked this video. Give it a like. For any of you bastards that downvoting this video, I love you. Love you to death. I love the hate. Keep downvoting, bitch. Keep going. But everybody else, man, much love and respect. Definitely going to catch you on the next one. You know I'm going to be making the rounds. Hopefully I can get back to round tables and everything next week. Got a lot going on with me this weekend. So, and got to prepare because lots of birthdays is coming up. You know, my oldest daughter, my birthday, a lot of things. So, I will be catching everybody later. My music wrap-up is going to be there too when I upload this video, so check it out, because you know I get on JJ's ass. I don't give a fuck. And like I said, hopefully I'll see you all in the next round. I love you all. Subscribe if you like, you know, but I'm just happy that you're hanging with me regardless. All right, everybody. One.